Well, hello everyone. How are you? Welcome to Friday, my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me again. I hope you are enjoying these videos. This is meant as a daily art reprieve, a daily art class that you can come, just relax, enjoy, maybe learn a thing or two, make it your own, and also share some of my art with me. So thank you for joining me again. Thank you for watching and welcome. So as I said, today is Friday. Some of you may have found this week a bit long. I know for me it was a bit challenging. Ups and downs, a lot of news going on. So sometimes it's good to just turn off that news. Just relax, go for a walk, say hi to your loved ones. Hello, give them a call. Maybe draw your favorite artist a picture and send it to them. I'd love to see your work. People have been sending me your work and I just find it fantastic. I love to see what you guys create with the knowledge I'm giving you. So I love that. So welcome again. We're going to go through a couple supplies that we need today and then you're going to run along, go grab them, and we will get started. So what we need is tissue. If you remember, those of you who went and saw my video yesterday, we said we need these tissue. Now it comes in these giant like pads of them that we only need like this much. So I apologize if you had to go buy copious amounts of tissue, but I assure you, you will use them later for birthdays. So here we go. I cut them into little strips. And we also need, I didn't say this yesterday, but we also need glue, and a brush that you don't mind getting glue in, okay? Sometimes your glue will wreck your brushes, so be careful. And a tray for the glue. This was a chicken breast from Kirkland. I enjoyed it. It was delicious. I saved the lid, and actually I saved the tray because they are good trays. And I'm like cheap Ukrainian artist here, so I reuse things all the time. So this is a lid I saved for art projects like this. And a canvas panel, but a paper will do. I just like these because they're nice and rigid and you can save your art. So one thing I wanted to share with you before we get started, run along, go grab the supplies and then come on back. So one thing I wanted to share with you before we get started is my eye from yesterday. Now after the class, I felt kind of like, I don't know if it turned out so good. Even me that's been doing art for probably longer than some of you have been alive, I sometimes wonder, was that a good one? I don't know. So this guy, I took a look this morning after I got back into my studio here and I realized, hey, it's not so shabby. So just wanted to bring that to your attention. Once the paint dries, once you've stepped back from it for a little bit, you get to see that maybe my art from yesterday wasn't too bad. And it's good I didn't throw it in the garbage. So be easy on yourself. Take it easy. Be easy on yourself. Now, another thing I wanted to share with you before we get started, while y'all are grabbing your supplies, is a couple things, projects that I have done. So some of you know I'm an illustrator. And here I grabbed a couple books that I did a while back. This is my favorite one here. I love how the color turned out. So this one's fun. It's like a little race for berries by a local author. So I drew the pictures along with her text. And what I love about it is just the colors I had to come up with each, with the story. I had to come up with the artwork that goes with it, things happening in the story. Here's a fun one. They're all running down a bridge, all these little berries. I was seeing berries after. I was having a berry nightmare. No, it was all good. And funny enough, so I was going through my sketchbook. So here's another oldie but a goodie sketchbook. So I found these sketches from this book, this next book here. So I'll find that page so you can see what the heck I'm talking about. So you see how I figured everything out? So I'll show you the sketch again. So here was the sketch. You see how I planned everything out? And when I went to paint it up, And that's what it looked like. So it all starts off with a sketch, guys. So if you ever want to plan something out, the sketching is the way to go. So here's a couple more fun ones in here. I love looking, it's like, again, looking at my little children photos. It's like, hello, little children, I missed you. So here's another one here of all the little fairies dancing and the harvest moon in the background. You see how messy it is? Yeah, art's messy. You do messy drawings. It's all good. It's all good. So now we are going to get started. Are you ready? Okay, let's do art. So again, my tray. And what I'm going to do is go to town on some glue. So we're going to pour this puppy into the tray. Wow. Is this an exciting video or what? Oh, I should have took the lid off. Okay, one sec. I should have took the lid off prior to pressing play, but you get the idea. Okay, I'm squeezing. Oh, now it all comes out. All the glue out. Good Lord, we all get messy now. Look it. Now I have all the glue out. All the glue. You might need all this glue. So today, I warned you yesterday we were going to get loose and goosey. So yesterday we did really tight little watercolor paintings. Today we are going to get loose because it's Friday and we're feeling fine. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of my painting brushes. I don't have a rough brush. If you have a foam brush, that would be ideal. But I'm going to use this puppy here. So what I want you to do is, depending if you want to work on it portrait or landscape, up to you, depending on your picture you want to do. So what I could recommend is if you just follow along with me, watch it, and then you'll get some inspiration. Press pause, go back, watch this again, and make your own creation. That would be awesome. So I'm going to grab some of this glue with my brush here. I'm going to show you. Ooh, it's very gooey. So I'm going to grab some of this glue here on my brush, and then I'm just going to paint it all across. So, watch. Grabbing try not to sploosh any everywhere. So here I am painting my glue on top of my canvas panel and getting it nice and gooey. So we want lots and lots of glue. You can see I'm getting it really thick here. So lots and lots of glue. So I have a vision in my head of a green grass and a sky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach my little pieces of tissue up here. I'm going to show you what happens when we get a lot of them in that glue. So what we virtually want to do is take our brush and we want to smush that in. Do you guys see what's happening? So when you smush that tissue into the glue, what happens is we are getting, the tissue is actually breaking down and acting like paint, okay? So virtually, we are breaking down the tissue into pigment, and it's creating, you can see actually I'll go really close here. You can see actually the tissue breaking down and the ink coming out. So ideally, you want to cover your whole, let's say you're doing a sky, create that whole sky. Now, depending on what you want to do, you don't have to cut it into little strips like this. You could leave bigger pieces, but really, it's just really up to you. And the nice thing, so I'm just going to grab a bit more glue. So in a big chunk like this, I'm going to paint my glue right over top. And actually, while it dries, so I'll show you really close up here. So you can just see how I just scrunched all that in. So as it dries, it'll get this nice shellac once the glue dries. Because remember, white glue dries clear, right? So we're going to get this nice shellac over top. And so again, I won't bore you with covering my whole thing, because you'll be like, Lorraine, this video is boring. Not be like, all sad. So you get the idea though, right? So I'm dreaming of a blue sky, and then at the bottom, same thing. Oh, but I didn't put my glue on top, so it's not gonna stay. So at the bottom, same thing. So you see how I just kind of smushed it all? I just kind of smushed it all in there. And you can even pick one up and just place it right on top and glue that puppy down. So as you can see, we're creating, it's almost starting to look like a landscape. And let's say you wanted maybe a little bit of lighter green up here. I have some really light pink happening. So I'm just gonna layer that puppy down. Okay, I'm gonna quickly just show you here. So then, up here, I'm gonna layer another layer of green down. So you can see when you spend time and not try to do it in 2 minutes, you will get a nice, you see how it just beautifully kind of blends in together. So I added a pink layer here, and then I added some tissue over top, and you get that nice, like look at really close here. You get that nice peaceful blend of color. So let's say I even wanted to add some of that light pink up in here, and this might be something to get you out of the house. Maybe watch this video and then decide on what tissue colors you need. Because look at this, who would have thought? When I bought this pink, I thought, I don't know if this pink's a good color, but I am sure glad I bought it, because look at how I can make a beautiful blend of that pink into the blue sky. So really what's exciting is you could do a beautiful sunset with this technique, like layers of orange and this pink. I buy this pink color, so in case you guys are wondering, it's just this pink tissue, super light. And reds and all sorts of things. Actually, I do have a red here. Let's see what happens when I add that red in the sky. Just bear with me here. Ooh, it's way at the bottom. I feel like I'm picking little dandelions here. They're so tiny. I was micromanaging my tissue cutting. I was like, you must be smaller. Okay. So here we go. I'm gonna layer some paint, and then I'm just gonna add my sheet of tissue. Oy vey, I need to be an octopus, I've decided. Okay, here we go. So I'm just gonna add some red in there. And then maybe I'll cover it with another blue. So there's no right or wrong, like I always say. Just experiment. Oh yeah, so look at that. Because basically we're just adding layers and seeing how they act with each other. So lay that puppy down and see how that almost looks like a, I don't know, it's like a dark, that could be a sky. And then you could like crumble some pink on top of that. It's almost like a science experiment. It's like, wow, what's happening? So that could be, actually that's really cool. Look at that. So it made like a super, super, super duper dark blue. And if you did like some crunchy, so I couldn't find white, but if I did, you could add some crunchy white clouds in there. Now watch this. Watch out. You could add some crunchy white clouds in there. Ooh, things are getting serious now. Crunchy clouds in there, smooth them out. Look at that, it's starting to look like a landscape. There's the sky there and some clouds. Anyway, you could have a lot of fun with this. I know I am. So I hope you enjoyed that. If I give you another quick look at that. So I want to see what you make with this technique. Now, again, tissue is very transparent, so every layer builds it up, just like our watercolor yesterday. We're almost using this tissue like a watercolor, which I think is pretty awesome. So there you guys go. That's what we're doing today. I hope you enjoyed seeing that. So for Monday, because we take the weekend off, so for Monday, I have my list here for you. So we are going to get our inner Picasso. So Picasso was an amazing artist not too long ago. He was in his heyday, I would say the 30s and 40s and 50s. He was quite an amazing artist. Anyway, so we're gonna get in touch with our inner Picasso. So we are going to need palette knives. So these puppies I have, you know, just from other projects I've done. If you don't have a palette knife, you can always just use a regular old butter knife. You can wash it, or if you had a plastic utensils, you could use those too. So palette knife, acrylic paint, and you know me, I always like to use the primary colors. So red, blue, yellow, white, and brown. I know brown isn't primary, neither is white, but we are freestyling here. And then a canvas panel, so like the one I used today, brush, water, and paper towel. So we are going to get crazy. We are going to get crazy with these on Monday. And I hope to see you then. And remember on the weekend to make sure you get outside, drink some water, maybe go for a walk, do some art, do some sketching. I know I love just sketching in my sketchbook. I like to share my sketches with you, so feel free to share your art with me. One thing I wanted to tell you about was actually, so yesterday, before we go, I went and delivered blood. I mean, I went with my body and delivered my blood, and then they had to take it out. So I want to show you my little war wound here, if you can see. So it's a bit bigger needle that they need to get the blood out, but I highly encourage you to go donate blood, because it's one thing that we can do to make you feel like everything is right in the world, or make you feel like maybe you have a bit of ways to help people right now. I know we can't with social distancing, physical distancing, but I sure felt great donating blood and doing my part to help the world. So I hope to encourage you if you can. If not, give someone a smile. I know I waved to someone yesterday. I was like, hi, and they waved back. It was a great feeling. Maybe buy some groceries for someone that can't get out and buy groceries for themselves. We're all in this together, guys. So please just share love and say hi when you can. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed my video today. Thank you so much for joining me, and we will see you Monday. Take care, guys. Have a great weekend. Bye.